Hey family, and welcome to the Living Her Truth show, where we have honest conversations between sisters on what it means to live your truth authentically. I am your host, LaKitia Woodard, and I am here and ready to have another moment of truth with you to give you the encouragement that you need to walk into your greatness. And on tonight, I have the lovely, oh my God, isn't she beautiful? Miri Crawford, you guys.
I'm just sharing space with her beauty here today.
Oh my gosh, she is gorgeous. Thank you, Miri, for saying yes to having this conversation.
Thank you for having me. It is a blessing to be here to share space with you. I've been counting down this moment. So I was like, it's today.
Don't make me blush, because I would definitely blush. You guys, please come on in, share this live video with your family and your friends, because on tonight we're going to talk about self-awareness, and we're going to mix a little fashion in with it, because Miri is the owner of Session Boutique here in Houston, Texas. And you guys, her outfit is so cute, so adorable. So of course I was going to have her on here to talk about, fashion and self-awareness. So we'll get into all that in a minute. But as you know, I love to start off the conversation with just telling you how I met the person that I am interviewing. So the way that I met Miri is through a mutual friend. Yes. Kim Mason, who is the founder of Women Cultivating Greatness. So shout out to Kim. Thank you so much for, creating this alliance. I really appreciate you for that. But, Miri, I went to, because when I published my book, I wanted to give out copies of my book, right? Absolutely. Didn't know necessarily who to give it to around Houston. So I went to my network and just asked people, like, who do you think I should give my book to? If you tell me somebody, I'll bless them with a copy of my book. And Kim recommended you. She highly recommended you. She was like, oh, Miri Crawford, she is the sweetest person I ever met. Definitely give her the book. And when she told me that, I was like, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and give Miri the book. And I did. And when I tell you, Miri, thank you so much. I know I have said this a million times on Facebook, but thank you so much for all the positive feedback that you have given about my book, and just like sharing it and reading it multiple times.
Yes.
And
brought it with me today. Brought it with me today. Yes, brought it with me, had it with me getting my hair done, because there is so much power in this book.
Oh,
and even though you thought you were blessing me, what you did, it totally changed my life.
Oh, wow.
Because
don't make me cry.
we're having this sharing our truth moment. I was like, you know what, I'm going to share this with her right now, because it really did.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know we're going to go into the questions, so I don't want to, but I just really want to say thank you, because, I was going through some things and I needed a place to put my thoughts. And your words helped guide me, because some of the things that you were going through resonated with me as well. Yeah. And I was like, she is my angel. Because I would sit up at night and read through your book, and I would bookmark different things, and it was just an awakening moment for me that I'm not alone in sharing my truth, that you are here with me always. And so I carry it with me. I made sure I bought it today, guys, and I really advocate for it, because it is so true. You never know how powerful your words are to others. So thank you for that. And thank you.
I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna hold it together to the end of the episode.
See, I should have waited to the end, but I just wanted to make sure I shared that with you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. It's not easy. See how
we're sharing our truth. We're being authentic here.
I'm not gonna get emotional, but it's when you know what your purpose is, it's difficult, because God put a purpose and a call in our life, and it sets us apart from everybody else. And being apart from everybody else, that's tough.
It is.
Because we fight so hard.
Yes.
Sometimes just to be like everybody else, because we just want to fit in due to self-doubt, lack of confidence, we need validation, whatever the reason is for you, we fight so hard to be a part of the crowd and part of the pack. But when you truly make that decision to say, you know what, I'm going to embrace my purpose,
Absolutely.
that can be a lonely, a lonely journey in the beginning, though. In the beginning,
right? Absolutely.
And to get my book out, like I said on my Instagram stories, if you guys are following me on Instagram and Sister's Truth, I said when you made that post on Sunday, I went on Instagram and I just said, God told me to write the book. Like I had the thought, okay, I'm gonna start writing the book in 2 years. God said no now. And I said, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then he started putting people in position and made it easy for me. Because I'm like, I should write a book. I want to write a book, but I don't know what to write about, what to write it on. When I tell you within like maybe a 2 or 3 week time span, God gave me the idea, like what to write about, the format to write it in, my editor, and a free spot to do my book launch.
Wow.
And an audience that will buy the book. All that within a 2 week or 3 week time span. Divine purpose. And when I started seeing these things happen one by one, I did a speaking engagement. People came up to me. Do you have a book?
Right.
No, I don't have a book. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna get a book. Right?
It's coming.
Then I said, no, I'm not even gonna do that because I don't know what to write about. Then my girlfriend gave me an idea. Keisha, why don't you do 31 days or something? And I said, I can work with that. Then I said, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna worry about it. I go to a networking event, I meet my editor. Wow. And I'm like, okay, God.
That's what he was telling you. Because he knew you needed to line it up for somebody, which was me. And that's how we are here today. Because each day is a reset. Each day is a moment where we go back and reflect.
Yeah.
And I know we're probably getting off. I just really want to just share with you what really gave me a powerful moment.
Okay.
So it was definitely in day 15 where it says change in an instant. What we speak, we believe, and then it becomes our truth. And that literally gave me chills because it's like it reminded me of how powerful our words are. And I just began to speak life into me. Over and over and over again. Yeah. Because there were areas in me that were dead. And I just kept going back to this every day, change in an instant. What we speak, we believe, and then it becomes our truth. And I'm like, yes, because our thoughts have power. Yes. So I'm going to speak uplifting thoughts about myself and live in my truth. So thank you so much. Just 100%. I just wanted to make sure that I thanked you for saving me in areas that I did feel lost at times. It's so hard to be transparent because everybody sees you as being strong. And so we have to hold that in. And I said, this is my release. This is my release. This is my release. So thank you.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And that's a good point that you bring up, that everybody looks at us as being the strong ones, so we think we have to continue to be strong for everybody.
Absolutely.
Not too long ago, I did a video on my YouTube channel, encouraging people to reach out to that strong person and pour into her.
Yes.
Ask her how she's doing, because being that person who's strong that everybody comes to and that you pour into everybody else, the last person we tend to pour into is ourselves.
That's the last person.
And so I did this video, just letting out all my thoughts, and then people started like calling me up. Like, this is how I knew people was actually watching my video, because I didn't know. Because people will watch a video, won't comment, won't like, or won't do anything. Yeah. But then I started getting phone calls out of the blue. So how you doing today? No, how you really doing today?
And that is good. That is so good, because there's power in that. It's power. You never know who's watching you.
Right.
And we were talking about that earlier when we first came in, how you never know who's watching you. And so you have to be very intentional in the space that you share. And so I'm intentional today because I've been counting down for this day because I just wanted to make sure that I shared that with you and with others, that your circle matters. And what you allow to feed into your conscious mind matters. Meditation is so important when you get up in the morning to reset your mind, so that way you can readjust yourself.
Yeah.
And so grounding your feet and being thankful and grateful and having that heart of gratitude redirects that energy from the negative to the positive.
You're absolutely right. And speaking of, you never know who's watching you. Miri was just honored not too long ago for what she does. So Miri, tell us a little bit more about you and your business and why you was recognized. All that good stuff.
Oh my goodness. So I had the honor of being recognized through 102.5 FM, the Amanda Sapp, the amazing 102.
The amazing.
Let me make sure I say the new amazing 102.5 FM with Amanda Sapp recognized all the powerful women in Houston, and I was one of them. I do own a boutique called Session Boutique where class is always in, and I do a lot in the community because I believe in supporting one another. Our sisters are my sister's keeper, and so it meant a lot to me to be recognized for it. And so, you know, I was so humbled by the experience, because it's one thing to be honored, and it's another thing to share that honor with your sisters and you all hold hands together, because it's like we're all lifting each other up, because even with the honor, we still feel like, oh, I don't deserve it. I'm not deserving of it. And so we have to take our mind out of that I'm not deserving and say that God has it for me. That's why he lined it up for me. And then usher in that type of mindset. And so that was an amazing experience to go through that Saturday. Actually, it just happened Saturday, but with the boutique that I have, we just turned one actually in February.
I know, congratulations. I saw that on Facebook. Congratulations.
Thank you. And so it has been a journey. You know, being an entrepreneur is not easy. You will get all types of disadvantages against you. But one thing that I've learned is that what's for me won't miss me, and that I don't have to try to pick up the pace with someone else. That this is my journey. I can own it, because can't nobody do Session Boutique like me. Like, this is my baby. Can't no one take it from me. And so I don't compare myself to anyone, my boutique, and it just makes it flourish in its own way, blossom, which makes it beautiful. So,
absolutely. And you guys, Miri is the way she is now is how she is in the Houston streets, because we have run into each other at different events and stuff, and she is just the most humble, sweetest person. So the fact that she was recognized this past Saturday, it really did surprise me. This is the second time she's been honored that I know of in the last 4 months. This is the second time, because you was honored at a Women's Earth.
Yeah, the Women's Earth.
Women's Earth.
Yeah, Jay, the wonderful Jay Pierre Raven. I love you. I love you. I did do recognition as well for the other ladies and myself at the brunch. So that was amazing and shocking at the same time. And so, you know, I take it all in and just look at it as being a servant leader. You know, being in position to help people, to spread love and encouragement, because I think we need more of that. Because there's so much darkness out there.
Oh my goodness.
And it's not to try to put a Band-Aid on top of it. It's just to get your mind strong enough to handle it. So that way you don't wallow in that situation, because the more you focus on it, the more it expands. And then it continues to expand. So why not focus on something good?
And the best way to focus on something good, in my opinion, is living your truth.
Absolutely.
Being the person that God has created you to be, even though it's hard. I get that, you know, and that's the whole purpose of this show. The reason why it's called Living Her Truth, because to live your truth means to have the courage to embrace all aspects of who you are and present that person to the world, right? Sounds super simple. But it can be a little challenging. It can be a little challenging sometimes.
It can.
You know?
It really can be challenging, because we live in a society where everything we do is judged. And
Oh
everybody
my
is
God.
oversensitive. And it's like, you can't say this. And it's like, I can't even be my most authentic self without being chastised or saying, well, you're not good enough, or you're not being this enough. And so each day I post on my social media page, wake up and win. Whatever it is that you are in, win in it. Win in who you are, regardless of who says anything about it. Because when you put your hand to your chest, that is your notification, not Facebook notification. But that is your indicator that
Yes.
he has allowed you to arise again within that day. And so for that, we give thanks. And that's how you go about your journey. Not worried about, I can honestly say chapter 38 has been an amazing experience. Because when I tell you, I live life fearless without caring anything about what anyone has to say. Like no one can tell me different about me.
Yeah.
Because God loves me so much. And he reminds me of that. Yeah. And to me, that is living your truth.
Absolutely.
That's living your truth. You know, going against the odds and saying, I'm going to be me regardless. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. You know, we were talking about that earlier about fashion and how it resonates. And one of the things that I love to say for Session Boutique is fashion is an expression.
Yes.
Beauty is art. Define who you are and simply be. And that's all that matters. Defining who you are and being who you are in that and rising up in that every day.
Absolutely. I mean, I absolutely love that. And you guys, defining who you are is so pivotal. It's so important. Absolutely. You know, not only for you and your confidence, but just for the people around you, right? You gotta show people how to treat you, how to love you, how to respect you, you know, how to talk to you. You know, they get these examples from you. How you treat yourself, how you view yourself, you know, how you carry yourself.
How are you showing up?
Yes. How are you showing up? Not just, you know, emotionally and mentally, but, you know, physically in your appearance. Because Miri and I were talking before we hopped on live. We was talking about how, you know, fashion and self-awareness goes hand in hand. But we don't tend to really, you know, subconsciously think about that, but it does, because think about it, when you feeling sad or, you know, disgruntled, how do you normally dress? Like you said, and
big shirt, big old, you know, bottoms, you know, socks mix match, it doesn't matter. But honey, when you're trying to, you know how we all have our little black dress that
Yes.
I mean, we're just gonna be real. We all have that outfit that when we're mad, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it on and we're gonna go out with our girlfriends or whatever. And so, you know, fashion speaks to people differently, you know, and so, you know, just defining who you are in it. Your clothes don't define you. You define it. You are the one who resonate within it. When you walk in a room with your power suit on, you can be fully clothed and close deals. You don't have to be, you know, the way that the world says you have to be. And so I think with that notion, that alone should, I don't know, secure people to let them know that I don't have to look like this. I don't have to have the bundles. Nothing against the bundles. I'm all for that. I'm just saying that.
All for the bundles.
Yeah, you know, the Instagram, what is the Instagram version? You don't have to be that. You be your own version. You be
Instagram models.
There you go, Instagram models. You be who God designed you to be. Because I think that if you try to be anybody else besides that, that is just a disservice to God himself. To me, if I'm not going to make anyone else goals. No, I'm not going to be like, ooh, I envy this, I envy that, because the same thing that you have, I can have as well. What's for me won't miss me, you know. So.
I love that. What's for me won't miss me.
It won't miss you either.
That's a nugget for somebody.
Yes. Hashtag that. What's for me won't miss me.
What's for me
in
won't miss me.
2019 and beyond.
And beyond, right? Lifetime. That's going to free somebody for sure.
Absolutely.
That's going to free somebody for sure. Man, it's just, I don't even know. There's so much that that you just said that's just so awesome. You know, the way we dress and the way we carry ourselves, I think it's an expression of how we feel on the inside, right?
It does.
And it's, you know, being who you are, you know, people appreciate that more than you know.
Absolutely.
More than you know.
Yeah.
You know, yes, you're going to have some people, like Miri said, who's going to judge you, talk about you or whatever, have something negative to say. that has nothing to do with you. That's all about them, right? But there are so many other people who will look at you and pull strength from that and get motivated, inspired by you just being you, because you showing up as you are, who God created you to be, it influences someone else to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
In a positive way. There's a reason why we are different. Absolutely. There's a reason for that, and me and Marie could have had on the exact same outfit, but it would have looked two different ways, because how she rocks her outfit is going to be different from how I rock my outfit.
Which, by the way, we both look flawless in our colors. We got our spring colors going on here.
Because we just want to brighten up y'all
day.
You
understand? We're here for you all. We are sharing our truth, sharing space with one another, girlfriend time. So y'all might as well just get comfortable, because this is what it's about. It is definitely women empowerment. It is definitely good energy, because it's contagious. It is definitely uplifting and empowering, and that is the momentum. And I think that as long as we keep that momentum going, we can be or say, or we can be anything we want to be, anything our heart desire, we can be. And that's what I want women to resonate with each and every day, that you don't have to wait for someone to love you in order for you to be. You are whole by yourself. Number one.
That's number one.
Because God so loved that he gave. So within you is love. That's where it starts. So you don't have to, people can add to your happiness. They can share within your happiness, but you shouldn't depend on no one to make you happy. So, and that's in all things, in always, just show up and know that within yourself, you have greatness. And I love this space that you have with sharing the truth, because a lot of times women don't have that platform to speak out to other women, to let them know whatever it is you're going through, it too shall pass. That each day is a new day, that you don't have to wait for the new year to start again. You can begin again. You can begin now. You can let now be your now. And a lot of times we feel like we got to wait till the end of the day to start over. No, if you're having a moment in life where you feel defeated, get down on your knees and just go into your own meditation moment within yourself, and then start again. Start again and start new, because I don't know, I'm just on that self-love journey. I think it's important, because so many times we were told not to love ourselves. And I think that we get so dependent on love that we forget that we have it already inside of us.
We do.
So, it's important. So guys, if you don't, if you get anything from this, love on yourself. Self-care is important.
It is.
It is important. And, what we do at Session Boutique, when we do, because I do personal styling as well, when I talk to my clients, I like to share with them, so what are you most fearful about? I always start with their fear, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that fear out of you. Because what you have to do is face your fears and then see yourself past them. So if you don't like to wear a certain color, guess what we're going to put on? If you don't like to wear a certain style, guess what you think we're going to do? Because what I want you to do is know that you can do anything. That it doesn't stop based on clothing. And if you can get beyond that, the outer layer, and work on the inner, all of this will flow together. So that way when you walk in, you illuminate from within. It's the clothes that just casts it out to everyone else to say, oh, well, you look really nice, because you feel nice within. And so that's what we do. We make sure that we have those conversations, and we erase the myths. Like, oh, okay, because I'm a certain weight, I can't wear this, or I'm a certain color, I can't do this. You can do anything you want. And so we create that sacred space. So they can be invited in and know that, okay, each piece we pick out is for you. And so that's what we did when we had our fashion show here recently, a couple of weeks ago. I had some models model for me, some of my tribe sisters. And so this is a gift. This is not, I wouldn't advise this for anybody to do. This is my first fashion show, so don't, please don't. But I didn't ask them for their sizes. Which is, again, let me just. I didn't ask them for their sizes. Let me tell you how God did it. I watched my sisters on who I wanted to have in my pieces. I watched them for about a week. I ordered my clothes, still. Didn't ask them their sizes. when I got my pieces of clothing in, I prayed over them. I matched all my clothing together with the person's face. They didn't know what they were wearing until the day of. Let me tell you something. And my sisters can attest, when they put those clothes on, they felt, I don't know, it was like illuminated, like the whole room was illuminated. And one of my sisters shared with me, she said, how did you know who would what, go with what? Yeah. And I said, I didn't, I just went with the flow of the energy.
Wow.
And each person, they loved their outfit. It just made them feel so vibrant from within and it illuminated out. And it was perfect, everything fit perfect. And everything fit their personality. And everybody felt so uplifted. And that is what we do at Session Boutique. We want to bring that stuff that you have inside out. Instead of throwing layers of on like we do our makeup, which I do my layers and my eyelashes. Now we're so used to putting layers on. I want to take those layers off, but it starts from within. Because once you know who you are, you're going to walk in that. So you can put on a t-shirt and kill it. You can put on whatever you want because inside of you, you are whole. So I just had to go on that little tangent. I just wanted to share that, but please don't do that.
No, that's not a tangent. That is so, oh my God, that is so good. That is so aligned with like everything that I coach and teach on as it relates to self-awareness. Like I love the fact how you attack their fears in order to determine, what they should wear on the outside. Like that is so powerful. I told you guys there is a correlation between self-awareness and fashion, but you have to have a gift. That's a gift that you're able to do that, to pull that out of people.
I was in tears because God had to pull it out of me. I had to face my fears first.
Wow.
And so he said, when you face yours, you'll help others face theirs. And so it is a divine gift that I truthfully respect. And that's why I know that this is my calling. It's more than just fashion. It is a ministry. It is a ministry to help women to understand and know that you are empowered within. These layers are just extra covering. But you have to walk and know very profoundly with your head up high who you are in this space. And not let anyone take that from you. And so I love what I do, and I love the fact of how it blesses others. I love that. I love the I don't know, it just does something to me. I get so like giddy and excited because I'm like, oh, when I see them transform, I'm like, oh, look at there, And it's not even, to me, it's not even about the clothes. It's the self-esteem. It's the awareness of, wow, look at me. Look how, it's affirmations. Them saying, I am beautiful. Oh, look how pretty I am. Oh, I feel so sexy. Affirmations are powerful.
Yes, they are. Who knew that fashion can be an affirmation?
I'm telling you, there is so much power in clothing. And I pray over my pieces before I give them out because that's a message.
Wow.
Because I want that energy to transfer. Wow. So that way when they put it on, every piece I pick out, I pray over. And whoever it's for, they order it. And every time I get feedback, it's always, oh, I felt so wonderful. I felt so beautiful. I felt, and I know that's nothing but God. I know that's nothing but God. And so I honor this space and this gift.
Wow.
And sharing my truth on this amazing.
You guys, if that's not a testament that God has his hand in everything will work for your good.
Everything.
Even the clothes and the shoes that's on your feet.
Baby, listen.
Everything will work together for your good. Everything. Like that is, I am like blown away because I knew we was going to talk about self-awareness and fashion and mix them all to, and make the correlation. But I never thought that you went that deep. Like, I would love to buy from somebody who would pray over my clothing before they send it to me.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's
beautiful.
It made me go back to the Bible and, how the woman with the issue of the blood. Just wanted to touch the hem of the garment, not by all means, not saying that my clothing pieces are the hem of the garment, but if I can just speak a word over it, that it will help someone to bring something out of them. Because regardless of what it is, it's the word that you profess to it that does the uplifting, the removing, the casting out of it. And I just really believe that we are beautiful just the way we are. And I think more and more women need to understand that within their truth while they're sharing their truth. So that way they arise in it authentically regardless of who's around. And I think that's the beautiful part about what we do. That separates us from everybody else. You know, it's that one touch. It's that it's the experience that we want you to have. Because to me, it's the experience that will bring people back.
Absolutely.
It's the experience that brings people back. So, we have someone. Hey, everyone. Hey.
You're so welcome. That's the reason why we are here to share our truth. You know, I'm so honored that you're here because, as you guys know, if you watch me at any point in time, you know my story. You know how I transitioned from victim to survivor of sexual abuse by becoming more self-aware. Well, you know, in the beginning, like you talked earlier about taking back the layers, right? Like I hid my body for a long time because of it.
Really?
I did with the big shirts and the baggy pants and all the layers because I was self-conscious about my body because my body attracted something that I didn't want. So I didn't know how other men would react out in the world. So I felt as though that I needed to
clothe yourself
and have myself.
And I think that's amazing that when we go through those things, because I too went through something similar as a child, and instead of my clothes, it was my voice. My voice was taken away, my truth, my innocence. And so I wrote a lot of poetry in lieu of speaking. That's how I was able to get my thoughts out. And so it's amazing that you share that because we all have different things that we like to cover up when we go through different parts of life. And look at us now, though. That's the part. That's the story. That's the drum I want to be. That's the drum. Like, yes, I went through that. Yes, my voice was gone. Yes, I felt all of these types of emotions. But look at me now. Look how strong we are. Look how beautiful she is. You know, we're using our voices to speak life, and you are using your vision to share your truth. You know, and so to me, that is what is most important. That's what's most important. And you sharing your journey can help other women who may have similar ways of how they clothe themselves. And that's why I love to speak because, you know, my voice, I felt like my voice was taken away because I was told if you say something, they won't believe you.
They won't believe you.
You know, and to this day, I know one of the questions I remember, one of the questions that we're going to be asked was, what was one negative thing that someone said?
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
The one thing negative thing that somebody said that impacted your life.
So I will say that when I was told, no one will believe you. I think that was my, I'm gonna show you. When they said no one believe you, they're not gonna believe you. And I don't know, to this day, whenever I hear those words, it does something in me. Like, I'm gonna show you. You know, it does something within me. And it makes me rise up like a lion. Like, I'm gonna show you. And so that's the drum that I beat. I beat my chest like this. Like, I'm gonna show you. Because I believe in me. Which I posted something similar to that. Those are the most profound words I've ever uttered in my life, and believe them. I've said it over and over again. I believe in me. Oh yeah, girl. I get up, do my affirmations, and then still feel defeated. But I can honestly tell you to this day that I believe in me.
I know that's right.
I mean, like, wholeheartedly. So that would be it.
Yeah.
You know, don't ever doubt me. Don't sleep on me. Don't sleep on me. But those are the words, I promise you. And every time I hear them, it's like, boom, okay, let's do this.
Let's do this.
It's something rises up in me. And then, but it's, and let me just backtrack, because words do have power, but they only have power if you believe them.
Right.
And so it took me a while to realize that. Like, what you mean? It takes me to believe what you say. And if I don't believe it, then your words have what? No power.
No power.
And so when I started practicing that mindset, I stopped giving my power away. It stopped at that moment. Yeah. So I was like, all right, what else you got? Yeah. What you want to do? Watch how God rises up this woman in me.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, because, those words can affect you in so many other ways in your life. And someone else who's been told that, who's listening, like, that's going to free them and release them, because we are told those things, especially as a child, and we tend to forget that those words were said, but there's an impact, and it's, impacting and causing us to react, in a certain way, and cause us to do, certain actions that we wouldn't necessarily do to disrespect ourselves. Absolutely. But those words were planted, it's just so crazy. I was told those same words too, but the thing that really like broke me as a child, because my abuser was my stepfather. He was also a drug addict. And so, when he would go off on his drug binges or whatever, he would always come back home and call himself apologizing, right? And so this one particular day, I never forget it, this one particular day, he comes into my room and he wants to apologize for what he's done. And I tell him, I say, you know what, just whatever you do, please don't touch my sister, because I have a sister that's 8 years younger. Please don't touch my sister. Do whatever you want to me, just don't touch her.
Sacrifice.
And he told me, that's my child. I would never touch my child that way. That broke me, and it affected me going forward. And I did not realize how much that affected me until I got serious about dating and wanting to meet somebody who was on the same level as I was when I got to the point where I wanted to get married. I did not realize how those words affected me, because I realized that the knuckleheads that I was dating, I was dating them and allowing them to use me however they wanted to use me, because in the back of my head, I wasn't worthy.
Wow. That's powerful. That is so powerful.
But it wasn't until I got serious about what it is that I wanted that, and did the inner work that I realized why was I allowing these men to treat me as if I'm less than? Right. And it was because of those words.
Absolutely.
It was because of those words.
And it's just amazing how we allow words to attach to us. And you're sharing your truth is helping someone else. Us sharing our truth is helping someone else, because I don't know, that those words, I would never hurt my own child.
Isn't that's something?
And it just makes me think back to we're God's children. And first. And so, but I'm so glad that you rose up within yourself and God aligned you with this journey. And the person for you to help you and to guide you. And to whoever's watching, don't allow anyone else's words to attach to you.
Yes.
If you feel like you are being drained, I'm telling you, this is what I do. Get your sticky notes, write your affirmation, say, I am powerful, I am opulence, I am royalty,
yes,
I am worthy, over and over and over again, and remind yourself of who you are. That you're not a stepping stool, that what happened before doesn't define you. Right?
That's right.
And you are healed. that's the first part that I think I had to convince myself of, that I was healed.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking that everyone else knows about this secret. You know, everybody else knows, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're judging me.
Yeah.
You know, the innocent me, they're judging me. And it's like, no one's judging you. No, that's that inner thoughts that we think to ourselves that try to hold us down. So no, we ain't doing none of that. None of that. And
not today, or any day thereafter.
There you are, Ruby. Get your sticky notes and remind yourself of who you are each and every day, because you know it's just a blessing. It's a blessing. It
is a blessing. And I'm blessed that you guys tuned in with us on tonight. Yes. Malika, thank you so much for joining. Nina, thank you so much for joining. Sharita, thank you guys so much for joining. And I know she is beautiful, right? Somebody says that she is so beautiful in the comments. I know she is.
It's all within. It's within.
It's all within. Yes, wholeheartedly believe in yourself. Words do have power if you believe them. Absolutely.
That is so true. That is so
absolutely.
True.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Marie, thank you so much for joining me on tonight. This was a pleasure. I enjoyed you. This was probably one of the easiest conversations I've had.
Girl, I've been waiting for this. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to share my truth with her. I love you so much. And I'm so proud of you. Everything that you're doing.
Thank you so much.
That people are watching and praying for you and uplifting you. And I just really feel like this is just the beginning. And that because what I always like to tell myself and my daughters, I have 2 daughters as well, is that never operate in a mindset of shortage. There is no shortage. There is only expansion, because ideas and you're creating, it's expanding. Thoughts turn into things. And so if thoughts turn into things, what do you think? That's how we create things. And then it expands out. So never feel like you're stuck in a situation. You are not stuck. You are beautiful. You are loved. Just the way you are.
Just the way you are. Tell everybody where they can find your social media and where to go to get their pieces.
So y'all want y'all pieces prayed over now? You can follow me on Facebook, Session Boutique. I'm on Instagram, Session Boutique _, or you can shop online at shopsessionboutique.com.
Yeah. And I'll put all the information in the description box after we end the show. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't mind, please go ahead and share this live with your family and your friends, because we want to motivate and inspire the masses, as many women as we possibly can. And we need your help by doing just that. So thank you so much for joining me on tonight. Thank you so much, Marie.
Thank you for having me, love. Yeah. We're going to do the patty cake. Me and you as never. See y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you next week.
Awesome.